Hello people, this is Sonali, the Melodramatic Bookworm. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to the Melodramatic Bookworm family. I'm here today to take you through my quote books. I had asked sometime somewhere whether you would like a flip through of my quote books, and you said yes. By quote books I mean that whatever books I read, I try to note down quotable quotes of sorts from those books, and I write them in these. I love doing it because I love revisiting the quotes that I really like, and the way I have started writing my quotes has also differed in the technicality of the writing, I would mean. And this was the first book that I wrote quotes in. Like, this was where I thought that yes, I need to have a book in which I can write down these quotes. When I started with this, I wasn't really very good at it, as in I wasn't good at tracking it down. I wasn't really systematic, but with these I have become very systematic because as you know, I have an Excel sheet where I track all the books that I have, all the books that I have read, and as and when I read a book, I now mark whether or not there are quotes to be written down. If I have made notes, then I will check those notes if there are any quotes, and then I will tick them off, and I will get it done. So right now I'm just 2 books behind. There are 2 quotes from 2 more books that I have to write in this last book, but otherwise I have kept myself updated very well, I must say. But this was the first book, and I was going through this recently to do a favorite book quotes of all time blog post, and I found that I've repeated books, and I wasn't very good at writing it neatly. I mean, I have a comparatively neat handwriting, but when I compare these books to this, it just feels like, what are you doing, son? What are you doing? I'll just take you through. If there's anything that I have in mind, then I will speak about it. But if not, you're just going to see a sort of fast forward thing where I show you all the quotes that I've written here. I actually started this off with The Fault in Our Stars, which I feel is very fitting because one of the first quotes that I ever wrote in here is here, and that is, sometimes you read a book and it fills you with this weird evangelical zeal, and you become convinced that the shattered world will never be put back together unless and until all living humans read the book. And then there are books like An Imperial Affliction, which you can't tell people about. Books so special and rare and yours that advertising your affection feels like a betrayal. Okay, so without any further ado, let's dive right into this video and let me take you through my 4 quote books. This one is a little incomplete as of now, but it's okay. It's the idea of showing you what exactly it is. So let's get on with it. Okay, so this was the first ever quote book that I had, that I thought I would write quotes in, and it is a generic notebook that I found somewhere. I don't even know where I bought it. I found it in my stash, so I went and pulled it out for these quotes. Of course, it starts with a quotable quote itself. It says, quotation is a handy thing to have about, saving one the trouble of thinking for oneself, always a laborious business. In quoting others, we cite ourselves. And then we move. This is book number 1. And I don't like writing in pages like this, so I moved on here. So we start with The Fault in Our Stars. At first, I used to mention who the quote is by in a particular book, but as time went by, I just stopped making these distinctions. I just wrote quotes down. Even if there was someone who says something, if it's mentioned, then I've stopped mentioning it in the quote books, as you will see. And another difference between this book and the others is that I have stopped writing with ball pens and I have started writing with gel pens because I have arthritis, and ball pens sort of take more effort for me to write than gel pens. So yeah, this is how I write my quotes. I write the book's name with blue ink, and the quotes with black ink. I love black ink, to be very honest. It's the best. There are some here that I wish I hadn't written down, but it's not something I can change right now. So I'm like, I just flip through the pages real fast when they come on. For example, this. And then flawed. It's an amazing duology, by the way. You have to go. You have to read it. This is perfect by Cecilia Ahern. The second in the flawed duology. Then David Nichols's One Day. This is one of my favorite books of all time. Such a great book. Charm of Finches by Suzanne Leclerc. The Venery series is amazing. Suzanne Leclerc is a phenomenal writer and I think you should check her out. Ghachar Ghochar, The Gunsi Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. I love this book. See, I repeated this here. We just went through Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda, and I don't think I checked, but now I'm really careful when I do it, and I check off the quotes in my books, the notebooks that I'm writing, making notes when I'm reading a book, so that I know that, okay, I have done this, I have written this down already, and I shouldn't come back again. See, again, 50 cups of coffee, which I've already, like, this is like, this video is like, let's see what mistakes Son has made. This kind of a video. Cool. The Queen of Hearts by Kimberly Martin, great medical drama. A Girl Like That by Tanaz Bhatena. I didn't like this book that much, but there were some very good points that the authors made sometimes. Slapstick. See, Here I've combined two because I didn't want to waste so much space. So there's Slapstick by Kurt Vonnegut over here, and Mainak Dhar's Sniper's Eye. Ummat by Sharmila Saeed, a great book. It talks about the Sri Lankan Civil War. Scarlet Feather is another book. I think it was a domestic drama of sorts, which I really enjoyed. Maeve Binchy's writing was great. Sugandhi Alias Andal Devanaiki by T.D. Ramakrishnan. This was a book that I did not like a lot. And then there's The Diary on the Fifth Floor, which I absolutely loved. There's a full review of this book up somewhere. And then Book Thief. You can see by this that this is a favorite of mine. All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, which unfortunately I did not like. I ended up liking his latest book, Cloud Cuckoo Land. But this one I wasn't a huge fan of, although I did like it to a certain extent. But yeah. And then the last in this is Ganga the Constant Goddess by Anuja Chandramouli. That brought me to the end of book 1 and on to book 2. I found a better book for this, better looking notebook at least for this. And we started off, I don't know from where. Oh, I did a lot for this. See, book number 2. And then we started with 33 Cecils by Everett de Maurier. Here I started with gel pen, as you can see. See, I repeated from that book again, Ganga the Constant Goddess. Bridge of Clay. This is unfortunately a book that I ended up not liking. It is by one of my favorite authors, Marcus Zusak, but I ended up not liking it. The Night Circus, lovely book, lovely, lovely, lovely book. Karno's Daughter, Rimli Sengupta, another underrated book which I think everybody should read. It's great. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I wasn't a huge fan of the book actually. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't love it. The movie was better in my opinion. Get Better at Getting Better by Chandramouli Venkatesan. This is a great non-fiction for you to get into. I have a video of it also on my channel. And then there's Giant's Bread by Agatha Christie, which writing as Mary Westmacott. This is a great, 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 I think you could call it a domestic fiction, I'm not really sure. But Agatha Christie's, one of Agatha Christie's best books, this one is, and it was one of my favorites of 2019. I also have a video review for this, if I'm not mistaken. The Color Purple by Alice Walker. This is another book whose writing style I wasn't a huge fan of, but I recognize that it's a very important book. No, this we're not going to talk about. Acevedo, With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo, and yeah, we've got a lot of quotes. Killing Commendator, Haruki Murakami, a brick but very enjoyable, creepily enjoyable, this book. Red Lipstick by Lakshmi. This is by a transgender activist Lakshmi, and I was hoping that this was going to be something eye opening, and it was to a large extent. But then again, she also reinforces patriarchal stereotypes to a large extent. So I was like, why? Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, one of the most fantastic books I read in 2019. It was great. The Dutch House by Anne Patchett, amazing. Two siblings trying to keep it together. Unstoppable by Maria Sharapova, a great non-fiction. The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. I feel like everybody should read this book. If you like science or not, this is a very important book that you should read, and it talks about how Henrietta Lacks's cells were used for scientific advancement without her consent. And this was book 2. And now we come to book 3. Starting 2020, and from this book I've started to note when I read these books as well. So we start off strong with an author that I discovered in 2020 and who has become my favorite author of all time, Matt Haig. Reasons to Stay Alive. Obviously there's going to be a lot of quotes. I mean, so unless I know that a quote is going to bleed into the next page, I try to put them in the same page, to put all of them in the same page, as you will see. Oh, the Starless Sea. Oh my god. Oh no 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 no. I need to keep it together. Let's just go fast, because as you'll see there are many quotes, but the book itself ended up being like meh. And then there is The Mercies by Kiran Millwood Hargrave, which was a great read. Bad, my brand. And from here 2021 starts. I don't know why I wrote this. And that we come to the end of the book. This was book 3. And now to the last book that I have, which is still incomplete by the way, but we are going to ignore it. This is from part 2021 to part 2022. This started with Ahalya by Koral Das Gupta. The sense of an ending. Weird book, this one. I mean, it makes some very valid points about memory, but it's a very weird book. Before She Sleeps, Handmaid's Tale wannabe, but meh. One of my favorite books, and this was, I think, the first step into starting to love Jhumpa Lahiri's works. The more I look at it, the more I fall in love with it because of how much it understands solitude. This one was a Bookbound Club pick, and we had a great discussion about it. It's an amazing book. Atomic Habits, one book that I will always recommend if you want to improve your life. Remnants of a Separation, my love. The Last Nomad by Shugri Said Sal, a great memoir. Delhi a Soliloquy. This won the JCB prize in 2021 and it's great. It's amazing. Queeristan, great non-fiction on how to make Indian workplaces safe for queer people. And from here we start on to 2022. Honor, a book that I think I almost cried while reading, but yeah. This is such a great book. It gives us insights into the lives of Assamese women, be it in their domestic lives or be it in the backdrop of with society and community in the backdrop. It's great. I loved it. This was a weird book. This was very good, but I noted down a lot of things I had highlighted on my Kindle. And I still have to write quotes from two more books. Mohini the Enchantress by Anuja Chandramouli and another is, I can't remember. For the life of me, I can't remember. But I will finish it. And that brings us to the end of this flip through. So this was book number 4. This was number 3. This was number 2. And this was number 1. Please don't fall. Yes. So that was my quote book flip through. What did you think of this video? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What do you think of making quotes? Do you do that as well? Do you write your quotes in a notebook or do you make it in a Google Docs document, or do you have a Word document, or where do you write it, or do you make quotes at all, or do you highlight them on your Kindle? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, please like it and share it to spread the word. And if you like my content and would like to see more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe and click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button to get notified as and when I post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep reading, keep watching, and add melodrama to your life.